I'm going to actually kick off the discussion with that question. So I'm going to ask my audience, what kind of IoT use cases are they seeing, successful IoT in Pakistan, just generally the kind of things Pakistan is doing in IoT, and then we're going to move on to where they'd like to see it go from there. So I'll start with you, Sophia.
Thank you. So as you said that in your intro that there are like about 20 billion devices or 50 billion devices that are projected to be connected. I think in Pakistan we see the activity, and these are global numbers, but I don't think that we can say anything has been successful until we've seen 1 million at least devices connected.
Right, so I think, when we talk about IoT and the use cases, just like blockchain also, the hot topic is whenever I meet someone, and probably, whenever I'm talking in a group, I'm the person who knows the least about blockchain. And the first question that I come up with is, what are the use cases? Because that's what everyone wants to know. I think whatever little I know about IoT, whether you talk about building management or energy conservation or, traffic management, there are categories. And I think all these startups fall in one of those categories, starting from wearables to smart cities and smart houses and, industrial IoT and so on and so forth.
In terms of the B2B being a large portion of the IoT play than B2C?
So Telenor has been into the business for about 2 years now. So our division on IoT is doing a lot of experiments around IoT. We launched a car tracking device. We earlier launched a child tracking and monitoring device. We now have an IoT platform on board. But we still think that there is no silver great solution in the market at this point of time. Since the past 30 years, since Bill Gates made his home smart home is the next big thing, but it's been 30 years.
You're a B2C company, right? So
Yes.
you're trying to do something direct to market. So tell us how that experience has been with you. Have you seen a huge demand, or are you just kind of building this business out?
It's been a very exciting time, and we have got a very good response from the market, especially when we are actually doing the IoT in a smart air conditioner.
Okay, so Jawad, tell me a little bit about your experience recently abroad when you were visiting, and I overheard you and Mustansir talking about some case study and some interesting use cases, and a little bit about what IBM is doing in the IoT market in Pakistan.
Yeah, so thank you. Just recently I came back from MIT and I did this IoT course from there. So basically what I think is this IoT industry is going into the maturity phase right now, because there are talks about connecting 50 billion devices by 2025. There are talks about having 96% devices around you connected to the IoT. And that could mean anything. That could mean the chair that you're sitting on, the chair could sense the data of your body, the posture, the weight. Just imagine that in 2025 you wake up, as you wake up, your breakfast is printed by the 3D printer. As you go around, your car is self-driven. As you go to airport, the planes are self-driven. I mean, all of those things will become reality. It's just not a fiction thing anymore. I think it's getting to the reality phase now.
Do you think we're doing enough with this, with the data that we generate currently in the current business models?
Okay, thank you, first of all. I think some people answered a lot of interesting questions, but I would start with a challenge that we have. Here we are following the buzzword IoT, and devices, connected devices. But what about all the data that we are generating every day by using our smartphones? Are the telcos here, with no offense, really looking at how powerful that data is? I know projects like Real-Time Roam, where we use this data back in MIT to see how the city vibrates. It's called the pulse of the city. Just by looking at this data, you can already say a lot about people and their behaviors, and then try to change them later on. So that's where we need to focus first of all.
Thanks for that comment. Thank you, everybody. Thanks once again. Thanks, you've been a great audience.